Hi and welcome back to my channel, and this morning what I'm going to do is I have just picked up some purchases that I got during the year, and we're just going to have a look at different comics that I bought. It's not necessarily a top 10 or a top 5, but each of them tell a little story, and so I'm just going to share with you just the highlights of 2025. And first off, I have this Superman Treasury Edition and Hero for All, which was released during the summer to coincide with the movie release of Superman. And of course, the cover work and interiors are done by Bruno Redondo. Absolutely beautiful artist, one of my favorites. Dan Jurgens was the writer. I've done a video review of it on my channel, and if you look it up, you'll be able to find it. And it was just a lovely Treasury edition. Just going to look here for a page. I mean, this was just a level of quality that you were getting in this particular publication. Thoroughly enjoyed Bruno Redondo, and this was just a really nice release. I'm glad to have it. What else did I get? Next up, how about looking? This is a recent release, and this is Ordained issue 1, which just came out a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, it tells the story of a Catholic priest who hears the confession of a mobster who had murdered someone, and the mobster was dying, but miraculously kind of recovered, and then took a hit out on the priest to kill him because he had confessed his sin to the priest. And it's reminiscent to me of Daredevil and during the Frank Miller era. Maybe this is Mark Murdoch if he wasn't confined by Marvel. So yeah, it's I recommend you pick this up, and I'm already looking forward to issue 2. Beautiful artwork, beautiful cover, and it's Ordained. Robert Vedidi, Trevor Hairsleen, and Dave Stewart. I hope I'm pronouncing those words right, their surnames right, but there you go. Have a look at that. What else? And look, this is one of my regular and just one of the most consistent runs that I have in my collection, and these are all actually current days publications, so these are all like recent publications. But this is Space Ghost Series 2, and I think David Pepose and Jonathan Liu are just continuously consistent in the delivery of this run. And this is a Francesco Martina for issue 1 cover. So it looks like a Caravaggio painting. I think it's stunning, and fingers crossed there was no AI used in this cover. So there you have it, folks. Space Ghost, another great run. If you're sleeping on it, give it a look and see what you think. It's just consistently delivers. What else? One of the rankings that I have, probably with one of my top 3 comics of the year, would definitely be Wonder Woman number 13. And this is Heyman Sherman and Kelly Thompson, the writer and artist. And this particular issue just has Diana fighting this foe that she can't beat, and then she discovers actually that this foe was part of her. It's a story, but it's nicely done, and yeah, it's a great run. It concludes then, it's a 2-parter I think, and so that's part 1, and then the second part is Wonder Woman number 14. So yeah, a very beautiful run. Hayden Sherman artwork is just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, there's that. And I'm just going to put in number 15, Absolute Wonder Woman, for the simple reason that such a classic team up between these two and Absolute Batman. And yeah, the artwork again by Hayden Sherman, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, they've been very busy this year, and I'm not finished with this particular artist yet. You're seeing more during this video, just coming up in a short while. But this has been, yeah, a joy to read, and really glad to have it. But if I was going to have any particular comic that I would say is my number one comic for 2025, it would have to be Absolute Batman number 10. This was when everything clicked for me for this run, and I went, now I think I get it. And it's just, I say it in my review in one of my other videos, that it's a bonkers issue. It's still bonkers. It's just insane what Dracula and Snyder are doing, and it's just been a consistently strong M3 for DC. And yeah, it's no wonder that this particular title is number one everywhere, and kind of elevating DC to beyond Marvel. So yeah, fantastic. In fact, I don't think I have any Marvel, there's no Marvel titles in my recent, in this video, because I don't know, nothing's been grabbing me. So I don't know what's going on there, but this DC have been just, I've said it before, just consistently delivering. So there's that. And like, here's an example. I mean, earlier on in this year, we had the release of The Untold Legend of the Batman. And this was the 3-issue miniseries collected in a Treasury edition. And it was just another gift by DC saying, look, we're going to put this out, we're going to see how it goes. Yeah, this was definitely one of the great surprises for me this year, was to get my hands on this. I have the 3 original copies, but to have it in a Treasury edition size, it just makes it even sweeter. So it's definitely up there with one of my top buys of purchases of 2025. And earlier this year, I think in one of my videos, I would have said that Hush 2, Batman 158 by Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb and Scott Williams was going to be the comic release of 2025, but I think the final part of this comes out next March. And as much as I absolutely love the artwork, and I really do, the artwork is just, let me see if I can get you something to, the artwork has been just superb in this. Look at me struggling. And every page I would open with any page I would open with Jim Lee is going to be absolutely beautiful. But I think it's selling well for DC, but it's certainly not getting the reception I think that it had expected. I have all the issues of it, and I'm waiting for I think it's part 6, the final part, to come to an end. And so I'm not too sure why it was delayed. Probably, I don't know, maybe there was, look at the advertisement there for DC All In. Yeah, of course that's the launch of the absolute universe. And so yeah, there's that. So while this was not maybe as received as well by fans, I can assure you that Batman number 1 by Jorge Amaze and Matt Fraction definitely was. And just look at DC giving us the regular size issue, but also a giant size issue, because DC's like, hey, here you go, just going to throw everything at you and see what happens. And this is a lovely comic to have in my collection. Beautiful artwork by Jorge Amaze. And yeah, Matt Fraction is also just delivering the goods. And I think at this stage we're up to issue 4 or 5, and I have all issues, and it's just, yeah, you can just see it beginning to gather steam, and beautiful artwork by Amaze. I'm just realizing that, I mean, I've got quite a collection, but I don't have anything by Dan Mora. And Dan Mora, I have lots of Dan Mora comics from this year that I've collected, but I've just haven't put any into this pile here. But he definitely deserves a mention because he's been busy working for delivering the goods. So let's see what else. 2 more things. When I was on my LCS during the week, I was in the Batman section just looking out things, and I just come across this comics interview number 78, and like it was just an old magazine. I don't even know what year it is. I'm just 1990. But look, it's kind of just looking at Batman. It's interesting that Batman is probably the character for 2025. DC are not afraid to release publications with Batman. But what I liked about this magazine is that up here it says, plus rare and valuable unseen Batman art by George Perez and John Burns. I said, oh, I'm getting that. So if I'm ever doing a video, maybe I should do a video on, I think that this deserves a little video by itself. But it was a nice surprise, and I picked it up in my LCS during the week, and yeah, absolutely fantastic. So I've got just 2 more titles to show you. The number 1 possession, number 1 absolute Best Buy of 2025 award. There's 2 of them, but this is the number 1. This is the number 1 for my collection, is the WIP Absolute Batman 1 by Scott Snyder and Nick Dracala. And I've done a video or 2 on this particular book. This book here has been just a gift, and again DC taking chances and just giving us these beautiful giant-sized publications, and this one in particular, for anyone who's picking up the Absolute line, this is definitely one that you've got to keep. So then, what has been probably one of my favorite runs for 2025? It's a sleeper hit, but it's Batman Dark Patterns, and by Dan Waters, the writer, and Hayden Sherman, the artist. Phenomenal artwork and phenomenal writing, and the colorist is Trina Farrell, who happens to be Irish and from Dublin, so there you are, that helps a lot. And this is the 1 in 25 variant cover for number 1 that I picked up, and the artwork in this series alone is absolutely phenomenal. So definitely in the new year I will be doing another video on this particular run. It's a 12-issue run, and I'll be doing a video on it. It has been just a joy to pick up every month, and I love having it in my collection. So there you have it, folks. This is my short little video on 2025 on pickups that I did during the year, and it's been a great year, and I hope to post another couple of videos before the end of this year, next year. But once again, I just appreciate everyone, your likes, your comments, and all of those who have subscribed to my channel. So I hope you all are enjoying your holiday season wherever you are, and getting the chance to spend time with your family and friends and read comics. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.